Hey everybody, welcome to My Name is Spike. My name is Spike, and we are playing Walking Dead, Saints and Sinners. I like to be honest and open about a lot of things, so I'm just going to tell you, I literally just spent the last 20 minutes talking to myself because I've recorded nothing. I recorded nothing. I forgot to hit the record button, and I just gave a giant diatribe about all kinds of stuff. So now I'm going to abbreviate all that stuff. Yeah, here we are. We have a lot. The lag is just kind of nuts. It's the fire and stuff, like the effects. So our katana, our wonderful katana, is down. And we need to go to Via Corolla, and track down our stash, because they came in here and stole our stash. So I have a lot less stuff I can build now. I can't build another katana because I'm three shafts shy. We were also going to go to the... So I discovered this when I was doing my long unrecorded rant. Sorry, guys. So I'm going to try to still talk openly and in an extended way, and I'll explain in a second. So this is what we're going to do today. I already basically came up with this one. So the rampart is where the high school is, and I need to go to room 201, as if you saw my last one. By the way, I forgot, welcome to all the new subscribers. If I over-explain stuff for the people that have been here for a while, understand I'm just explaining stuff to the new subscribers, people who may not have seen the last video or maybe hasn't been following the entire series. It's a lot of videos. I get it. You know, it's 20 plus hours of video. But anyways, we're going to go to Rampart, go to the high school, and look at room 201, which I'm pretty sure I know exactly where it is. But when I went here and looked, it's got an early herd, meaning that the herd's going to come a lot faster than usual. I don't know how fast. I've never tested it. A weapons cache, which is, tasty, but an elite tower patrol. Tower patrol mixed with an early herd. No. So what we're going to do, looking at all our options, because this is where we got to go to get our equipment. We're going to go to the Shallows, which has extra loot and a delayed herd, meaning it has a herd, but it's going to go a lot slower. So we're going to go here and then here, and that's going to be 2 days, and that's going to reset this. And then we'll see what we got for fun. Hopefully it'll be a little better, because this is nuts. So that's our plan. So I'm going to, in the past videos, I talked about different topics and stuff like that. So I'm going to take the time here to talk about a couple things, but I'm also going to put a bookmark to when I go to the place. So if you want to look along the lines there or go down into the description, you'll see a bookmark of when I actually go to that zone to loot and stuff like that. And again, I'll edit all that looting and stuff like that out. Like I'll get crazy editing and just kind of show the highlights and stuff like that. What I want to talk about, and I hope I can begin a dialogue with everybody in the chat about this, because if you're all fellow nerds, my nerds, like I am, you're kind of probably into a lot of stuff, even adjacent to a lot of stuff I'm into. I don't do I do gaming, obviously, but when it comes down to it, I love a good book, and I love in-person role-playing games. So today we're going to talk about those two things. And while we're out adventuring, maybe I'll talk about some stuff. I'll bring up some points I couldn't make here because I really don't want to ramble that long. But let's talk about the two books I'm reading currently, like I'm diving into. One book series I'm on, it's 8 books technically, and I'm on the last book of the series. It's by an author named Kyla Stone called Edge of. It's like the edge of disaster, the edge of valor, the edge of my butt crack. Like it's the edge of something through the whole thing. And it's really good. The best way I can liken it to, it's a guilty pleasure like back in the 90s when I was watching Smallville. There's no reason I should like that show, but I watched every episode and I was mad when I missed one. And I've rewatched the entire series all the way through. Yes, like many people, I really wish they would have put him in a suit a lot sooner. Well, whatever. And yes, it's a big soap opera with Superman. It literally was a soap opera with Superman. But there were moments in there, really heartfelt moments, and real touching stuff in there. And the acting, Rob Schneider, it's just amazing. Not Rob Schneider. The guy who's in Dukes of Hazzard. I'll post his name here. I can't remember his name, but he's an amazing actor. And just there's a pretty good cast, but he really sold it as Jonathan Kent. And then I thought the main actor, when he wasn't making doughy eyes at the camera, did a pretty good job emoting. Lex Luthor was my favorite. I thought that actor is just an insanely good actor for that. And I'll post his name here. So on the same vein of guilty pleasures, and of course my phone has to lock on me because, stupid technology. Kyla Stone, Edge of series, is a end of world, like right at the beginning of the end of the world. Like something happens. I'm not going to say what it is. I'm not going to spoil it. But something happens and all the electricity goes out. So based on that, you can probably figure out at least a few of the options of what could have done that. So it starts off with a character that has just about the most interesting and horrific intro storyline I have ever seen. I have never seen a book boldly go there at the beginning of a book. And then it starts introducing cast of characters bit by bit, so it's easy to follow, and then eventually it culminates into these big clashes with evil villains, and kind of takes a page out of the Walking Dead series where you have the governor type bad guys and stuff all trying to vie for power in the end of times. But it's basically only gotten like 100 something days after the event, after the first day, day one. So it really follows the almost day to day, and then later on more like week to week events of how people are going to survive. It's in upstate Michigan during the middle of winter. So if any of you guys have been in the north or been in a really cold place with a lot of snow, you can just imagine how tough it is to try to survive in a place like upstate Michigan or upstate Wisconsin or any of those kind of things. Anything upstate that gets a lot of snow, that's where it's really cold, amazingly cold nights. And now you have no heat. And that's basically the beginning premises. And then it just expands from there. Really good series. I can't recommend it enough. Again, a bit of a guilty pleasure. I'm going to say the negative about it is that sometimes the author dives a little too deep into emotions. And maybe it's just a due to me. I don't need 3 chapters. And it doesn't happen often, just let me be clear. But occasionally, she'll want to deep dive into how someone feels about a particular event. I get it that it's trying to set up the evolution of the character, but sometimes it's almost irrelevant. Like the character's just going to evolve the way they're going to evolve, regardless of how they feel about this stuff or that stuff. Right? Something happens, someone they care about dies in front of them, and oh my God, then 2 chapters later, they're still moaning about it. Or they're still pining about it. They're pouting and literally being just an a-hole about it. And that gets annoying after a while. A little too much into that kind of stuff. Amazing action, though. Really good sequences. When they bring in the one particular character that's a special forces guy or ex-special forces guy, but he's not superhuman. They really play up the fact that he's just a human who's been through a lot of stuff. And I like that. I like the fact that he's not, just the Mary Sue-ish, what I call it, I forget the male version, where you can do anything, they know everything. It's not like that. So good series, Skylar Stone, Edge of series. And the next book I'm reading, so that's a modern book. I like to read something current. I like to read something older. I'm reading David Drake, the Lord of the Isles series. The first book is called Lord of the Isles. Now, David Drake is a big sci-fi writer. So he has only dabbled in, I think this 9-book series is the first one he maybe, correct me if I'm wrong, if anybody knows, but this may be the first fantasy series he dabbled in. And I love his sci-fi. I've read a lot of David Drake sci-fi stuff, but this will be the first fantasy series that I'm diving into for him. And I'm looking forward to it. I know very, very little about it. It's an epic adventure with epic, hero characters and all this kind of stuff. And it's big, thick books. So I love a deep dive. I love long reads. I don't like short, quick reads. I love to really delve into a world and delve into the characters. So I'm looking forward to reading this one. If anybody has any thoughts, no spoilers. I will immediately delete your comment if you guys try to spoil anything about David Drake's books. I already have the reading order, so I don't need that. But if you got any, keep an eye out for this without making it a spoiler, which is hard to do. But if you can do stuff like that, otherwise I'll just post an update after. Unfortunately, I'm a very slow reader, so after maybe in a month, a few videos from now, I'll post an update of what I think about the series and how I'm enjoying it or not. Because some series are quote unquote classics, and they've sucked. Like I read them, and I'm just like, this is classic. This is not interesting. And then we'll talk about my other hobby I love to do besides reading, which ties into it a bit, role playing. I've been a role player since I was 11 years old. So we're looking at about 43, almost 44 years of role playing. And I played everything, just about. Or at the very least, I've read everything. So I'm going to talk real quick about a couple of things that I'm really excited about. Currently, I'm running a game called Castles and Crusades, Metro Lord Games. And for the D20 world, that is my current and probably for the foreseeable future go-to. Anything dungeons and with dragons that have 5 varieties and a 5.5 variety type of thing, this is now going to be my alternative to that. 1, you don't need as many books. There's a ton of options in 3 books. You don't even need all 3. You need the main player's book, you need the creatures and treasure, and you're done. You've got everything you need to run adventures. And it's because it's D20, you can adopt the world of D20 stuff, the plethora of D20 stuff that's out there that you can convert to it, and modular. Speaking of modular, the 3rd book is the Castle Keeper's Guide. Now, the Castle Keeper's Guide has a ton of options. It has a ton of optional rules and expanded equipment and alternate magic systems and blah, 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 blah. You can take this game and mutate it into all kinds of stuff. You can add skills even though it doesn't have skills. So really briefly, I'll talk about what this game is and why I love it so much. So there's no skill list. There's no athletics, no perception. When you want to do something based on a stat, the GM has you roll against a stat. The Castle Keeper has you roll against a stat. So let's say you want to lift that porculus, right? Classic porculus. You roll against your strength. Now, what do you roll? There are primary stats that characters pick at character creation, or players pick at character creation, and secondary stats. If the stat is primary, the number you start off with, the base number, is 12. If it's secondary, the base number is 18. So in other words, if my strength is my primary, when I pick up my D20, I roll against 12 plus any difficulty modifiers the GM wants to give me. So let's say the DM says, this is reasonably tough, but not super crazy tough. So it'll give me a middle ground 5, right? 10 is like, you start 10 and higher, you're starting to get into like epic levels of, I roll the D20. I add my, against the 12, I add the difficulty. So I had to beat the 12 plus, let's say 5. So I had to beat a 17. But I add my strength bonus and I add my level of my character. So as you level, you get better at things. But I mean, obviously the challenges you face will get better too. But that's it. I just explained the game. So if here's where it's cool. If my strength is my secondary, let's say my strength is 15 but secondary, and my dex is 12 but primary, what that means is I'm strong naturally, but I never perfected it. I never went to the gym. I didn't get swole. I just basically am naturally strong, right? So I have a good strength to utilize, but I have to roll against 18 to try to do strength-based things because I've never really practiced it. I never really stretched out those limbs. I never really exerted. I don't maybe fully understand my whole limits or lack of limits, right? But I have a dexterity that's in primary. Even though it's only a 12, it's a primary. I only roll against 12s as primary to do things. So it's 6 points less and much easier to do, even though my dex is. Why would that be the case? Well, maybe I spent most of my youth escaping bullies and running across rooftops, right? Maybe abusive father or mother, and I had to climb out the window and up fire escapes or the gutters and stuff like that to try to get away from them. Maybe that's I had to hide, so I had to be reasonably sneaky and stuff like that. Maybe I had to filch for a living just to get some money to feed myself or my family. Maybe I have no parents and I'm taking care of my 3 siblings. Whatever. See, the possibilities there are nice because it gives you that 3D dynamic, right? I'm not just a big guy. You can do that. You can munchkinize, obviously, but I'm not just a big guy with a big strength and a primary in strength. And I do all strength. I lift things up and put them down, right? That's what I do. I pick things up and put them down. No, I have high strength, but my focus in my life has been really my agility, right? Because I've had to for survival or training. Maybe I was an archer in my young days as a soldier, or coming up as a soldier, right? Take your pick. Same thing with intelligence. Maybe my intelligence is high, but I don't have a primary in it, meaning I've got no schooling. I never formally went anywhere to exercise my brain, to learn, to develop memory, to learn how to reason and logic and that kind of stuff. But I naturally have potential. I have a high potential. But maybe my wisdom is 12 or 13, but because I had to survive on the streets with my high dex, my wisdom is primary, right? So now I got a high primary in wisdom, so I basically am perceptive, and I'm very not logical, but intuition is high and that kind of stuff. Anyways, you guys get the point. Same thing with charisma. Maybe you have a high charisma because you're just naturally, a nice guy, but you've never pursued it, so you have a secondary in charisma. So because maybe you're just naive, maybe you just don't realize how good looking you are. There are people in this world who just don't realize they're attractive. But that's Castles and Crusades. The expanded book, Castle Keeper's Guide, has a ton of extra rules. I cannot say enough good things about it, guys. Please, 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 when you have a chance, if you're looking for a role-playing game, even if you're going to start, right, just start. Just get a game, get 2 or 3 people and just sit down and just start playing. Get some dice, get the math rocks, get those books. You just need the first 2. As a GM, players just need the player's guide or just borrow your copy or whatever. And that's it. It's just have fun with it. There is no experience if you have never role-played in person. There's no experience. Don't give me computer games or role-playing. They're not. They're just not. They're not the same thing. And I'm not trying to be like, oh, back in my day. No, it's just not the same thing, guys. It just isn't the same thing. And most people say that kind of stuff are usually gamers computer gamers who never really tried role playing, or they had like one experience in junior high or high school and never, and it was crap, and they never really went back to it and stuff like that. And they never really had a good group and GM really lead them on just an amazing adventure. And until they do, they'll just always think of it as, whatever. I'll go turn on Baldur's Gate and just play that instead. Okay, you have fun with that. You'll never, ever, ever have the experience of an in-person role-playing group until you really make the effort to join one or to create one. So the other thing, and of course, because I'm long-winded, my phone died again. I'm looking at playing Pirate Borg on the days my whole group can get together. Pirate Borg is based on the Mörkborg. It's Swedish, I think. Correct me if I'm wrong here, guys, and if you know anything about Mörkborg. But it's a rules-light D20 OSR system, and basically it's you're pirates, you're scoundrels, you're rapscallions, you're ne'er-do-wells, you're not good people. And you're trying to get treasure or raid ships or raid ports even, or do just, sneaky rapscallion scoundrelly things. And they have dark magic. It's like Pirates of the Caribbean. Like there's these dark areas, the grim parts of Pirates of the Caribbean. And you're fighting against, undead that's ravaging parts of the land. And you also have a British Empire that's just on its dying, just on its last death throes because it's so corrupt and everything. And it can't hold on to the Caribbean. So, the people there are, just hanging on for their power and stuff like that, and being, vile and corrupt and whatever. And there's, pirate bands and groups. And what's cool about the game is you can randomly generate a character from just random. Like you can just randomly generate that character. So you don't even know who you're playing, which is fun. I know some people are like, oh, I want to pick all this stuff. That's not fun. Randomly generate and then do your best to try to role play that character and have a good time with it. Just trust me, it's a lot of fun. Also, put your dice in the open. I know a lot of people are like, hide the dice behind screens. Put the dice in the open. Just let the dice fall where they may. If your character dies, your character dies. Not a big deal, guys. Just make a new one and move on. Especially in a game like Pirate Borg, characters will die. They will get blasted in the face with a musket. It's just going to be a thing, right? Or swarmed by skeletons and devoured and then rise up as undead. And that's what's cool. You can rise up as an undead and still play your character as an undead character. You can evolve into that. So Pirate Borg, check it out, guys. I really think it's a good game. It's got a bunch of stuff coming out down the road here for it. And I just want to talk briefly, since I'm a role player, I want to talk about the new D&D, because there's been a lot of controversy. I'm just going to put my phone down. There's been a lot of controversy about the new D&D. I get it. It's not old D&D. It's not even the 5th edition of it. I've read it. I don't care. It's just another rule set to me. I don't care about the obvious intent of the pictures and illustrations in the book series. You know what? You do you, boo. As a good friend of mine says, don't yuck my yum. If you want something that looks and appears and pays lip service to inclusivity, that's what they've done. And they did it by basically orcs. Orcs are no longer a monster race. They're basically a race now that you can play as a player. And they're not evil or any of that kind of stuff. They're just, I don't know. I'm not sure what they are anymore. They really don't give much of a description. But they did that because people were saying that these things are races. That orcs are races. Why? Because to the actual races, these things appear to match an ethnicity. Do they? Because no one in my 44 years ever accounted that connection until someone decided to try to do that. But anyways, there's a lot of that kind of stuff going on out there in the world. The rule sets themselves are fine. So my one point about the game I'll make then, and I'll move on. For GMs especially, characters in the new 5.5, 2024, whatever you want to call it, are a bit more powerful at level 1 and 2 and all that than the previous edition. So be warned, they are a lot more capable. They have a lot more starting abilities and stuff like that. And then they rise sharply. Like it just goes like that. I mean, it is just crazy how it rises. So if you're going to run this system, just be aware, be prepared to be a bit abusive with your players because they already have all the advantages. Right? They have magical healing. They sleep at night. Poof, all the arrows pop out of their bodies and all the being burnt in the face by a fireball. All that just magically goes away. And they're perfectly fine in the morning. So I'm not bitter about the system. I get it. I get what it is. They wanted to make a World of Warcraft game. They did. Poof, there you go. But don't shy away from the newest edition if you really love that classic D&D kind of stuff. I mean, obviously, I want to push you into a new system because I think it's far superior, and I can list reasons for days. But if you're going to do it and you're going to play with a group and that's what your group wants to play, just sit back and enjoy it. Even if you have to go 3/4 of the way through the book before you find a Caucasian-looking person there, and I'm not exaggerating. Yeah, just it is what it is. It's the modern day thing, the modern audiences and all that stuff. So just play the game, enjoy the rules, enjoy your time with your friends, sit back with a couple of beers if you're old enough to drink, and then just relax and enjoy it, and make fun of it if you need to or can, if your group is, open to that idea. All right, so anyways, those are the things I wanted to talk about. If you guys have any thoughts or comments, go ahead and post them below. We're going to head over to the zone and do some looting. And like I said, I'm going to cut a lot of this stuff out. All right, so shallows to loot, and then to via Corolla to get my shit back. See you guys there. All right, guys, sorry about that. I just had to make sure I'm recording. So I don't have a purpose here except looting, literally just loot. So I'm just going to run through, kill what I don't, just avoid what I don't need to kill, grab what I can, and then just get out of here. I need sugars, though, but mainly I need sticks. All right, so I'm gonna run through. I'm gonna loot everything I can. And then if anything exciting happens, I'll come right back. Otherwise, it's not sharp objects that I need. It's shafts. It's shafts that I need. Shaft. All right, guys. We got a ton of loot. We filled the backpack up. Got lots of shafts, lots of food stuff. So I can build my food stuff. I can build another fresh katana, I hope. So we're going to try to make it out of here, and I'll see you guys back at the base. Nothing really, by the way, nothing exciting happened. Otherwise, I would have left it in. Anything exciting, you would have seen it. Otherwise, yeah, it is what it is. Okay. Yeah, we did good, guys. I'm going to go and dispose of all this stuff. My main goal is to try to build a proper katana. This one's it's getting a little beat up. And trying to make all the food that I can make. So I'm going to recycle, and I will be... Man, don't understand this game. All right, I'm going to recycle. I'll be right back, guys. 1 second. All right, guys. We are ready to go. Got a nice, fresh, clean katana. So it's fully... healed. Okay. I got the usual backpack full of stuff, 2 guns. I got 2 shivs. This one's kind of used up, a little over half. I got a fresh one. Got my usual foods, and I got a AR that's in mostly pretty good shape. Got a lot of ammo for it, 220. Got 500 rounds for this guy, so doing really well on ammo. So I'll probably start tapping into the pistol a little more. Yeah, these are all fresh, especially when I get into a dicey situation where it looks like they're coming at me in a horde. All right, we got to go to via Corolla to try to recover my shit. Let's go. Okay, I literally just arrived and my boop just went off. I am literally starting in enemy territory. Let's see what the... All right, Tower and Reclaim grunts put their differences aside to screw me over. You think they would have learned by now? Time to take back what's mine. Oh, Lord. Retrieve stolen craft materials from the Tower. Retrieve stolen craft materials from the Reclaimed. Okay. Okay, you're on giggle mode. Okay, so we're going into a war zone. Oh, they really have teamed up against me. What did I ever do to them? Wink, wink, nudge, nudge. We're gonna go. Oh, more sugar. We're gonna go infiltrate their houses from the backside here. It looks like there's no undead anywhere, and there's no timer, so we could take our time through here. I'm just getting these because I need the shafts. Oh, shit. Oh, I just about blew myself to little bits. All right, guys, take a look at the book. So I'm probably guessing that my stuff's going to be here and here. Wow, they really don't hear the gunshots. Oh, yeah, you were absolutely correct. Oh. You notice them standing there. I love all the dramatic music. Oh shit, this is about to die. And there it is. Oh. That's right. You don't shoot them in the head. You just get right back up as zombies. Zombies. The real question is, will the human factions respawn like the zombies do? You know, in that last mission, they just kept respawning over and over again. The music is awesome. So dramatic. Oh. Alright guys, looks like one of my... The couch broke the bottle. Come on. Why won't this open? Oh. Well, that's weird. Doesn't that look like a cache? Okay, guess not. Nobody.
Sneaking around.
All right, there she is. Wow. All right, I'm gonna scout around real quick, make sure nobody's coming up behind me or something while I try to loot all this. All right, looks good. Looks like we're clear to loot. Oh. The hell is this? Alright guys, I had to drop a whole lot of stuff just to make room for all the, well, stuff, my stuff, specifically. These little fuckers stole. Let's check, what is that? Check the book and see where we, oh, that's not the book. Retrieve stolen crafting materials from the tower. Shit. So where do I gotta go? Over there. Guaranteed. Well, man, my inventory is so full, it's not even funny. All right, now it's just murder everything and get my stuff back. Let's see if I gotta fight my way out of here now. Oh, that's right. I didn't get him in the head. So they're back alive again. Luckily, though, it's the only zombies I see are the ones that basically I don't headshot. Yeah, I was afraid of that. Oh, it's a zombie. The fuck? All right. Okay, so this is the other house here. Let's do a circuit. All right. So what's nice is the other boat launch is right there.
Think it's wise to be wandering around?
What was that? Oh shit. Who said that? Somebody talked. And it didn't sound aggressive. Oh, is he on the patio? All right, so they're definitely upstairs.
What was that?
Just little old me. There it is. Shafts. I need this one. Okay. So these other ones are going to lose out because I need shafts like bad. Oh my god. Okay. Whew. All right, guys. You did it. That should be the end of the mission right there. Return to resting place. All right. I have no idea how many more of my stashes are going to be floating around out there. Cash. Literally useless in the apocalypse, but okay. Looking now to see if there's any special recipes, ammo, if I can shoot in the back of the head. See, more recipes. A reloading press. Nice. I don't know what that does, but let's check it out when we get back to base. Mama said, keep it simple, stupid. You guys are guarding the boats, huh? You sneaky fuckers. All right, we're out of here. Nice. Find a use for the mysterious key. Oh, I found a use for multiple mysterious keys. All right, let's go back to base here. Got me a little paranoid now. All right, guys, I'm going to go in and recycle all my stuff, and be right back. We'll look at these keys. I'm pretty sure I know what they do.
No National Guard crate spotted today. Eyes out for more. Southern Bump, 717. Sweep. Via Corolla.
Huh.
Elite reclaimed. Ambush. Via Corolla. Suspending the herd. The ward. Weapon crates identified. The Shallows. Food cache spotted. Memorial Lane.
Okay. All right, guys. I'm back from resting and recycling. I found this. Staff Sergeant Joshua Townsend. Farewell to a fallen friend. No clues or anything on it, but it's a cool statue. And then I found This guy, Amy Allison, Louisiana National Guard. He's got a heart. So those are my stuff. All right, next week we're definitely going to go do that because we're ready for that. I have all my stuff back, so I have a plethora of materials now. I got my bow. I'm going in for bear because I got a feeling I'm going to be fighting my way to my last. I have one last stash, and I got a feeling it's hiding. It says, I found a mysterious key in Via Corolla. I wonder what it's for. Find or use for the mysterious key. I found 2 mysterious keys, and I think they're for the same house. Beep, boop, boop. So I got to find this house. Yet another mysterious key. Another mysterious key. So I got the AR-15, AR-4, whatever they call it. I got a bow. Yay, got my bow back. My bow, lots of arrows. Sword, always fun. Pistole, shiv. We're going in fully stocked. And we're going to try and, I got a feeling I'm going to have to plow my way through the enemies to get to my last stash. I need to get more proteins on my next trip. And sugars, of course. I got tons of antiseptic because I want to upgrade this craft bench. I basically stopped there. I'd like to get to there. Also, if you guys can answer this one for me, as long as it's not some weird spoiler. So I see this. This doesn't do anything. So does this just let me build ammo? Does it make ammo cheaper? I found the recipe in out there, and here it is. Right? What does it do? Like I don't know what it does. I'm at max level, and there's no options to build besides ammo. There's no options to build. So I don't know if that just makes ammo cheaper, easier, build more with every load. I don't know. It's not anywhere else either. So I found shockwave ammo. Like, do I need to put ammo on there? So I can't interact with it. Here, let me build a box of ammo. Yeah, I'm really confused because this is just 45. Like, there's nothing special about this ammo. But I found shockwave ammo. And I don't know what it does because I don't see an option to build it anywhere. Oh, that's right. I still got to do the nurse's office. Forgot about that. That's probably in the building I'm going to that I've never been into in Rampart with the high school. So yeah, there's a vice grip thing over here that does nothing. Like, does that fix stuff? Can I put stuff here? Nope. I don't get it. Why do I get... These are just decorations? Am I just finding workbench decorations? Yeah, maybe you guys can let me in on that one. All right, guys. Thanks for coming along on this one. We did it. We got all our stuff back. We are loaded up, man. We are ready to roll. We are ready to do some stuff. So I think we're getting to the end of the mission. So I'll push hard to get this done. I was going to go looting. No, I got to do the high school. I want to know what's in the high school. And then also, we have 2 purposes in the high school. We need to go to the nurse's station. We need to figure out what's in room 201. So we'll do those 2 things. I don't know anything. Guys, go ahead and spoil this one for me. The Axeman loved jazz. Maybe a band teacher? The only place I found... In the school I found... Oh, you know what? If it's in the school, don't spoil it. But I went to the band room. I didn't see anything in there. Unless I missed it and walked right past it. It's possible. If it was in the band room in the school where I walk right past it, just say yes. Just say yes, you walk right past it. Then I'll go back there and I'll take care of that one. Cool, guys. This is fun. Just getting to the end, and then we're going to do Walking Dead Retribution. I'm doing Behemoth on following weekends. Just a real quick announcement. My wife and AI and Misha and Plenty of Nothing, and I want to say that's all of them, but I'll double check. But they're doing a live stream this Sunday. So probably the day after this goes up or the morning of, if this goes up Sunday morning for some reason. My schedule's been really crazy with work and everything, guys. I apologize for it being all over the place. But anyways, yeah, check it out, guys. Go to Anomalous Insects, link down below in the description, and go there. And tomorrow at noon Eastern time, It could be noon Central Time. I'll post it here. Man, get old. Memory is just a thing. All right, guys. We'll see you in the next one. Stay safe. Stay strong. Let's be sheepdogs out there. Let's protect the innocents. Let's reclaim our stash from those motherfuckers. Yeah. Let's go bring it to them next time. I'll see you guys. Bye.